Etra-chan saw it. I'm Tokusa, a college student with a motorcycle. This is a story about when I visited my maternal grandparents' house. During a touring trip, the two of them run a farm in this village, and spending time with my kind grandparents has been enjoyable since I was little. We got a big one today.
Let's take a break.
The village where my grandparents live is located in a remote area, probably with fewer than 100 residents. It's a relaxed village. So, Tokusa, you'll be a working adult next year? That's quite something to think about.
You've really grown up.
And you two haven't changed at all. I'm glad you're both still healthy. Since we live apart from each other, we only meet a few times a year. So our rare reunion was lively with conversation during dinner. But then, we're almost out of kerosene. I'll go outside to refill it. I'll go instead, Grandpa. You stay seated. Where's the refill tank? Let me help. It's in the shed in the backyard. All right, I'll take care of it then.
Thank you, Tokusa.
Whoa, it's really cold at night. Well, we are in the mountains. Let's see. The shed in the backyard. Here it is. So I filled the kerosene without thinking much. But then... Wait a minute. Come to think of it, isn't it careless to leave kerosene in an unlocked shed? There's a possibility of theft. What? And what if someone messes with it and causes a fire? What? A lock for the shed? Yeah, I'll buy one tomorrow. Let's make sure you can properly lock up.
But it would be troublesome to unlock and lock it every time we need kerosene.
Even so, security is important. It'd be a problem if someone tampered with it or stole it, even by the slimmest chance. In this area, there are few people and neighbors are friendly, so it might be hard to imagine such things. That's true. If you insist so strongly, Tokusa, we can do it, but...
I don't think anyone would steal from our house. Everyone knows they wouldn't get away with touching our kerosene.
I suppose so. What do you mean?
It happened quite a long time ago. There was a bit of trouble between us and the neighbors.
Decades ago, my grandparents moved to this village to start farming. And a few months later, as they prepared for their first winter in this place, they stocked kerosene in a drum in the shed. But, the kerosene is decreasing. That's strange. I just refilled it to full the other day. Hey, Yuzuriha, have you shared any kerosene with the neighbors recently? It seems to be decreasing unusually quickly.
No, not at all. I don't remember doing that. Maybe it's your imagination?
I wonder. But after that, it happened again? I just filled it up yesterday. It's definitely decreasing. Since my grandparents' house is in the mountains, winter nights get very cold. Therefore, the kerosene used for heating is extremely important.
I see. Again? It doesn't seem to be leaking from the container, so someone might be stealing it.
That must be it. I hate to think there's someone like that in the neighborhood. The village where my grandmother lives has a small population, so the relationships between neighbors are quite close. In a sense, it's a village society with its own social dynamics, and as newcomers, the two of them needed time and effort to fit into the village. Let's let it go. Yuri was just born, and I want to avoid trouble with the neighbors by causing suspicion on them. We're also partly at fault for being careless until now. If we put a lock on, it should stop.
You're right.
And a few days after putting a lock on the shed door... It's been broken? They go that far? Naturally, the amount of kerosene had decreased again, and even my patient grandparents were fed up with this.
I can't believe it. They're getting bolder because we stayed quiet.
Should we consult the police?
Of course!
So they called the police, but... A kerosene thief, you say? Judging from the frequency, it's probably someone from your neighborhood. But I'm sorry to say that unless you catch them in the act, or have concrete evidence leading to the culprit, we can't do much. We'll try to increase the number of patrols, but... I see. At that time, there were no security cameras, and it was difficult to keep watch around the clock. So even the police couldn't do much. Can't be helped. Let's stop keeping it in the shed and store it inside our house.
What?
It'll make the house a bit cramped, but...
I can't stand leaving the thief be! If they're willing to go that far, let's give them what they deserve! Isn't there something we can do ourselves? I've got it! I thought of a method that might naturally reveal the culprit.
Huh?
So, and then...
I see. It might be worth trying.
There's also a village-wide meeting next week, and if we bring this up there, the culprit will surely be exposed naturally. Be prepared, thief!
She seems excited about this. A few days later, it's definitely decreased again. Quite a significant amount, too. This was definitely theft.
Just as I thought. The meeting is tomorrow, so the timing is perfect.
In this village, there's a monthly gathering at the small town hall where villagers exchange information. Perhaps because it's a culture that promotes mutual interaction, almost all the villagers were present that day.
Oh, Mrs. Awesomey, where's your husband today? He's hungover and sleeping soundly. He fell asleep in front of the heater because it was cold. It was troublesome.
It's cold.
Mine's the same. That's how they are.
With this many people, there's no doubt the culprit is here.
That concludes our announcements. Does anyone have something they'd like to say?
Yes, excuse me, there's something I'd like everyone to hear. May I?
Oh, go ahead, Mrs. Yuzuriha.
Actually, for about a month now, the kerosene in our shed has been decreasing abnormally quickly. And my husband and I have been monitoring the situation. It seems like it's being regularly stolen. The police said it's probably someone from the neighborhood.
Hey, wait a minute! Are you suggesting one of us is stealing?
Without any proof, you're casting suspicion on everyone around you. Life in the village depends on trust. With an attitude like that, you'll end up isolated.
Of course. I have no intention of causing friction with any of you. But it's just that I was so angry that I set a terrifying trap in our kerosene. And then, after the kerosene was stolen again, I came to my senses and suddenly became frightened.
A terrifying trap?
Actually, I mixed a lot of gasoline into our kerosene tank.
Gasoline?
And the kerosene thief, not knowing any better, stole that mixture. Please, if the culprit is here, you don't have to confess. But please don't use the kerosene stolen from our house. If you put that mixture in a heater and light it, it will surely explode and cause a disaster.
Ah! Mrs. Awesomey? Move!
Hey, what's wrong?
Just let me through! My husband doesn't know! I need to stop my husband from using the heater! Wait, so Mrs. Awesomey was the one stealing the kerosene? I said move! Hurry!
I see. So the culprit was Mrs. Awesomey.
Seems that way. Looks like we caused more panic than expected.
Hey, is this a time to be casually chatting? At this rate, Mrs. Awesomey's family could be in danger. If it explodes, it might not end with just a small fire.
It's all right. The gasoline mix was just a lie, of course.
We apologize for causing a commotion. We were hoping that this would deter the culprit, and they would quietly stop stealing. But I didn't expect it to cause such a disturbance.
Not having her husband at the meeting was an unforeseen factor. How was my acting?
I see! That's brilliant! You two come up with some scary stuff!
Did you see the look on Mrs. Awesomey's face? She looked desperate.
Honestly, I felt a bit of satisfaction. Mrs. Awesomey has always had a habit of taking vegetables from neighbors' fields, and has been light-fingered.
She's not a bad person, but everyone was troubled by her pettiness.
This incident might be a good lesson for her.
She's right. She got what she deserved.
We should at least let her know later that the gasoline story was a lie. But we've learned our lesson too. Don't make enemies out of Yuzuriha.
Not at all.
Honey!
And so, the kerosene theft case was seemingly resolved. Later, Mrs. Awesomey came to apologize to my grandmother with her husband, and she seemed quite remorseful. I see. So that's what happened. No wonder the villagers have respect for you, Grandma. By the way, is Mrs. Awesomey still in this village?
Yeah, she's corrected her habits and now interacts normally with everyone.
How are you recently? My back has been bothering me.
She's one of the few fellow villagers we have. If she's reflected in her actions, then there's no need to hold her grudge.
The village is rural, and everyone at heart is generous. I see. But Grandma, you're amazing. To expose the culprit with just words? Like an actress, with tears flowing and all. No one even realized it was a lie. Huh?
Well, if the police can't be relied upon, we have to take matters into our own hands, don't we? Besides, at first I seriously considered mixing gasoline in.
Wait, what did you just say?
More importantly, what time are you leaving tomorrow? Do you have time to have lunch together?
Yeah, I guess so. For a moment, I felt a chill. Having learned about an unexpected side of my kind grandmother, my instinct was to avoid angering her. Grandpa, were you drinking tea and not listening? And the next day, regardless of yesterday's story, it's important to have proper security. I bought this in the city.
Oh.
Even after decades, my concerns lingered, so I installed a lock on the shed. Maybe next time she'll really put gasoline in.
There's no one who would steal, right?
Well, well.
ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。そもそも何が起きたとしても盗む方が悪いわけですよね。こっちは必要な分買って置いてあるわけですから。何はともあれ、周りが信頼できる人だったとしても用心に越したことはないです。それにしても自分たち以外にも盗みの被害に遭ってる人がいたとは。大きな痛い目に遭う前に心を入れ替える機会ができてよかったですね。何にせよ盗みダメ絶対です。皆さんはどう感じましたか？コメント欄に書いていただけると嬉しいです。また少しでも怖いなぁと思った方、チャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。